Alright, what's going on, strugglers? Welcome to a new trade recap. Today it's Wednesday, and I fortunately took a loss. I'm gonna be honest, I'm so tired, but I'm still going to do this recap because, like I always tell myself, I swore that I'm gonna journal every single day and post a recap on every single trade. So here I am at like 12 a.m. after a 10-hour shift, still at it. Let's get to it. So, coming into today, man, again, a little bit tricky, but looking back, honestly, it was quite an easy price action. I just was overthinking a little bit, but yeah. So, coming into today, honestly, um, my main point of interest was this 4 hour Fabai gap, right? So, I basically wanted to have a reaction from this 4 hour Fabai gap. Um, I'm just gonna go through the thought process that I had during the session, and now after I'm gonna go over my mistakes. So while I had this 4F I got marked up, I basically was bullish at a moment of time because we had a lot of momentum going higher, and we were currently disrespecting that 4 hour bearish Fabai gap. So from that point on, all these highs right here, this high and this high was going to be targeted, but that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that price is going to disrespect this 4 Fibonacci gap, and yeah, I had a bullish bias at some point. In the beginning, I was bearish, but once I saw we formed an SMT right here, we went higher, ran this high right here, and yeah, from that point on, with this candle right here that I'm marking, this dark blue candle, we were forming a 15-minute Fabai gap, right? And that was my kind of point of interest, to potentially form a 15-minute gap to then trade lower and then go higher. However, I saw that we had a huge reaction down, and we had also an SMT on the 15-minute right here with ES. We were also tapping this 1 hour Fabai gap. We had this kind of internal drawn liquidity that we can target, right, to potentially sweep this high right here, respect this 1 hour bearish gap, have an SMT, and then I was going to target this 1 hour bullish gap. We were like respecting this 4 hour Fabai gap once we were going lower, right? So with this 15-minute candle going lower, like on the 4 hour, it was perfectly respecting the gap, right? And my extra confirmation on top of all that was that we inversed this 5-minute gap. As soon as I saw that, I entered right here and I got stopped out. So I got stopped out, and if I can now remove all of this and actually think of why I lost in another manner, well, one of my main mistakes, right, is that once it was 10 a.m., I didn't just zoomed out on the 4 hour to see how that 4 hour candle closed, right? And as you can see in this on NQ, we are like respecting this 4 hour gap, but it's not like it doesn't have momentum to the downside. We are supposed to have a huge wick and the body may be close right here, but this is really aggressive coming into the 4 hour Farai gap. But if I had just simply saw ES, I would have known that it's perfectly disrespecting this 4 hour gap, and now we can target higher. That was my main mistake. I didn't just zoom out to confirm how the 4 hour candle is closing. Are we really respecting that gap? And by looking at NQ at the time, and by looking at it at like 5 minutes before the candle was closing, like it gave me like a false hope of like price respecting the Farai gap, but I should have waited at 10 a.m. And also we had news at 10 a.m. So it was best to just wait for news to drop to fully confirm the bias, right? So if I had just waited like 5 minutes more, my bias would have completely changed. I would have known that, okay, we are disrespecting this 4 hour gap. Now we can target some highs right here on the 4 hour. And honestly, like looking back, we are still respecting this 4 hour gap that I've been talking about since yesterday, right? To go higher and target its opposing liquidity right here. So like we are building liquidity right here, liquidity. Now we're sweeping this low, respecting this order block right here. It would have been perfect to go long, right? So it's just some things that sometimes I need to spot, but with experience, it's okay. I'm gonna improve. So yeah, I entered off of that inverse bearish gap, but this was manipulation, and we formed a SMT right here with ES. But like the fact that we had this 1 hour gap, I wanted to target it maybe, but price was already ready to go higher from this order block, as you can see. And yeah, the perfect entry would have been after news. Like honestly, I'm realizing when there's news during the session at 10 a.m., I need to wait after news. Like there's always manipulation during news, so it's best to wait after news. So if I had simply waited after news, we could have inversed this bearish 5 minute gap right here, entered off of this body closure right here, stops wherever at the bodies or even the wick right here to target an easy 1 to 2 or even 1 to 3 with that high right there that was going to get targeted, right? So it sucks because it's such a nice setup looking back, but it was still a little bit tricky because of all those bearish conferences. But if I had just analyzed it a little bit longer and better, I would have known that we are disrespecting that 4 hour bearish fair value gap on NQ, no, on ES, sorry. And then from that, like if I had simply saw this candle right here closed above, like I would have known that we're going higher. Like it's just that I got manipulated right before the 4 hour candle was closing. So this 15 minute like just completely manipulated me. I should have been more patient, just wait for 10 a.m. 4 hour candle to close and for news to drop. Then I would have had a clear drawn liquidity in the form of this 4 hour high and this one respecting overall finally that 4 hour gap. But it is what it is, man. But I'm glad that I always have a reason why I'm losing. I can spot why I'm losing and just improve every single day. So I lost I think $400 on that trade. So now I'm up almost 1K. But because of that trailing drawdown, that's my limit on how much I could lose. So yeah, it is what it is, man. We're moving on tomorrow. I think we also have news at 10 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. No, never mind. We have unemployed. Don't have the time yet, but there is a lot of news Friday that I believe is gonna explode the market, especially on Forex, because Forex has been horrendous this week. A lot of consolidation. I think it's waiting for these news to drop. NFP, PMI, unemployment rates. Oh my god. Like Friday there's gonna be a huge move on the dollar. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like tomorrow maybe it's gonna be a low probability day, especially since we're at all-time highs. I don't know. We'll see tomorrow if there's a really great setup. We'll see, but that's it for today, guys. Yeah, see you guys on the next one. Tomorrow, probably. But if I don't take a trade, I'm probably not gonna make a video. So, peace out, guys. I'll see you on the next one.